Hello everyone, welcome to Reliable Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Scott. First off, I want to apologize for the past few weeks not having a movie review on Friday. Had a few things going on and for work, and I wasn't able to go watch a movie. Plus, there wasn't too many that came out that I was too thrilled about, so you didn't really miss much. But with that being said, I should be back on my normal schedule unless something crazy happens again. Excuse me. This week the movie I went to watch was John Carter of Mars, or John Carter, depending on where how you want to say it. The movie is based off of the Edgar Rice Burroughs series, The Princess of Mars and The Warlord of Mars. It's a whole series. It's like 10 books, I believe. This is the first book in the series. It stars Tyler Kitsch, something like that. Lily Collins, Mark Strong, the James Purefoy, Willam DaFoe, and the guy that played Caesar on Rome. I cannot think of his name for the life of me. I apologize. But the movie is about a Civil War veteran, Civil War veteran, who is transported to Mars. Don't know how and all this. It's Edgar Rice Burroughs. He basically created the sci-fi genre. This book pretty much kick-started everything. Well, these series of books anyway. But John Carter gets sent to Mars, and he's basically thrown into a civil war there too. Initially, he doesn't want to be a part of it because he just fought a war that destroyed a country, basically. And he did not want to be a part of another one. He lost too much already. He just wanted to be left alone, basically, and to do his own thing in the world. Well, it comes to find out, he has these different abilities because of the different atmosphere of Mars. He's able to jump long distances. Gravity's not as heavy on him, so he's really strong there. He's got all these abilities, and eventually he comes around and helps them, helps the people there. He protects them. He, fights the bad guy, which is a warlord on Mars there. You meet these tall, green-skinned, four-armed aliens. Willam DaFoe is a CGI character in this one. Fantastic job, as always. He was, in my opinion, more awesome as a CGI character than as a normal, character that he would play. Lily Collins played Deja Thoris, the Princess of Mars, and she saw John Carter, his abilities, and she's the one who wants his help, needs his help, and it's a whole thing. This is a great story. They did a really good job adapting it to a movie, in my opinion. And I highly recommend this movie. This movie was fantastic. It was story-wise similar to Avatar, or Avatar was similar to it, and it's along those lines. And special effects-wise, it's more along the lines of Star Wars. So you mix those two together, you got John Carter of Mars. This movie was fantastic. The story was great. The special effects were fantastic. That's the good parts. Now let's go to the bad parts. There were parts of the story that I was like, I really wanted to know how this all happened. How he was transported to Mars, or how this was able to transport him to Mars, and why he You know, they didn't really explain why he was able to do all those special things in the movie anyways. The books explained it, but they didn't explain it in the movie. My big gripe about it is not so much a gripe as just a personal problem with it. The main character, John Carter, Taylor Kitsch, whatever his name is, he had the Batman voice. And for those of y'all that don't know, in the new Batman series, you've got Bruce Wayne and Batman. Bruce Wayne, the playboy, you know, blah, blah, blah. Normal voice. Batman talks like this, you know, deep, gravelly voice. And, you know, the guy that plays it, he does not have that voice. You know, I just don't understand why they told it, you need to talk like this the whole time. You know, that after about 10 minutes of hearing it, you know, you don't hear it as much anymore. And, but it's still there. You know, you're just like, oh, you know. Batman, I can understand why they do it so people can't tell who he is. But in this movie, he's not trying to hide his identity. So I don't know. I'm not sure why he's got the voice the way it is, but that took it out, you know, take you out of the experience a little bit when you notice it and you're like, well, what the hell? You know, you want to know some of the backstories of some of the other people too that they don't delve into, like the main Martian guy. Cannot think of his name for the life of me, but he's the Jarek of that tribe, and you want to know a little about him, but they don't give you much about him. John Carter, you just catch glimpses of what his past was about. Which, from a storytelling standpoint, you know, they did pretty good, but, you know, when he was telling his story of why he was, you know, this way, he didn't go into detail. You know, all he said was, I've already lost enough. You know, you delve into it a little bit. Let us know why. I mean, the movie's 2 hours, 15 minutes long. What's another 5 minutes, you know? Just explain a little better. Other than that, I really didn't have that many issues with the movie. The movie was fantastic. I can see why it kick-started the whole sci-fi genre. It was very good. I recommend going and watching it this weekend. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was great. The acting could have been a little better, but, you know, I personally thought some of the CGI actors were better than the live actors in some parts of it. So, but I recommend the movie. It's fantastic. Go watch it. Enjoy it. And you know, this movie, if you kind of about sci-fi movies, you know, because of, you know, Star Wars and all them being so fantastic, this will kick you back into it. I mean, it's a really good movie. So that's all I got. So you know, go watch the movie this weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.